What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Guna Eagle Eye, coming to you again with a brand new video. This is going to be a super quick, and I do mean a super quick preview for the Arsenal versus Everton game, aka the return of Iwobino, aka Iwobi. Um, this is going to be a difficult game because this is the team that a lot of us have been comparing ourselves against, because obviously Everton got their new manager, a manager who a lot of people felt that we should have made a bigger play for, at the exact same time that we got Mikel Arteta. They are ahead of us currently in the table, whereas previously they were behind us. Um, so it'd be interesting to see how far we've come. Like, have we closed the gap on Everton? As stupid as that sounds, but are we playing that well? Obviously, we've kept a clean sheet the last three games. We performed well, definitely, at least the last two games. Arguably, you could say the last game was our weakest performance, but we still kept the clean sheet. Ran out like a little bit, and have got a first leg lead and a crucial away goal. These are good things. These are positive things. Um, from my perspective, I do think this will be a difficult game. This is a game I was always wary of, just because Everton is always a struggle. Admittedly, we do tend to have positive results with them when we play them at the Emirates. For some reason, they can't seem to hang with us at the Emirates. But when it comes to the Goodison Park, oh man, that's one of those ones where I don't particularly look forward to playing them. But let's try and be as positive as possible. Arsenal are in a decent run of form at the moment. At least they have some confidence off the back of the fact that they've kept clean sheets. Certain people who haven't been playing well are playing well, and they're finding some sort of level of consistency. And that's the key word for us at the moment, is consistency. I personally think that top four, top five, whatever, is gone in the league. But I guess whilst there's that still hope, and there's that still faint hope there, as an Arsenal fan, I want Arsenal to win all our games, regardless. And I think what I'd like to see us do in the Premier League is rotate certain players in and out and give them some game time. Players like AZ Maitland-Niles over the next coming weeks, as our chances of getting top four starts to slip, I'd like to see AZ Maitland-Niles get more games. I don't know who's Cyril Heapiston, because he was playing so well up until maybe 4 weeks ago where he got dropped. And now he doesn't even get into matchday squads. It's like, what the heck is going on? So there are a lot of questions that do need to be answered. Iwobi returning, I know a lot of people make a lot of jokes about that. I've already seen Archie in the chat room running his mouth about Iwobi missing a sitter. I was one of the few people who believed that once Iwobi moved clubs, that he'd kick on and do well. Admittedly, that has not happened at Everton. And a lot of the time he seems to struggle to get into the matchday squads. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if he's just like Liverpool. I don't know what it is. But you just know, and I'm channeling Allah here, the spirit of Allah. You just know that if a player needs something, Arsenal are the team to get to it against. Iwobi, you need a bit of form. You need a goal. Don't worry, brother. We got you for old time's sake. And I hope that Christmas was approaching 2 months ago now. I don't want to see no Santa Claus Arsenal about. I want us to just carry on, go about our job. We need a professional job here, and we need to do it over Everton. I think we can do it. I don't think Everton are so fantastic that they're untouchable. I'm expecting us to win. So with that in mind, I told you this is not going to be too long of a preview. I'm going to put the team up. In the meantime, guys, my light squad, you know what time it is. Please do stick a like on this video. You guys know you help immensely when you do that. For me, the donations are always great because I put them back into the channel always. You guys have seen some of the things that I've done with my intro, outro. This very light here was bought with you guys' money. So I always try and plug it back into the show. But actually, the most important thing, forget the donations, is the likes, is the interaction, is the subscribers. So if you guys can help me with that, that would be great. So just stick a like on this video, share the video around, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It all helps. All right. Let's go. Let's share my team with you. Bear with me. You know how we do it by now. We'll try and get as much of it on the screen as possible. This is my hopeful 1 to 11 for tomorrow. See if you guys like it. What would you guys change? Let's see what you think. So I've gone with what I deem to be our strongest available team. So for me, I'll talk you through it. I think it should be pretty self-explanatory. A lot of it, I'm going to go with Hector Bellerin back at right back. I thought, what's his name? Oh, I just realized something. Bear with me. Let me show you guys the whole thing. Right. So I thought that what's his name? Socrates did a serviceable job. But I would personally, I'd personally go with Bellerin as a right back. I think there's no need to change that. I think this is the first time that I have a choice of defenders and I have willingly chosen Squadron Mustafi. I think he's in such good form. I think you've got to keep him playing. And for whatever reason, he seems to have this really good understanding with Socrates. So I think you keep that going. The good thing about that, and I did make this point with Lee, is that through all of Mustafi's calamities, people forget Mustafi ain't a bad defender to receive the ball. He's very comfortable receiving the ball from a goalkeeper and moving that ball along. Most of the time, it finds its target. Sometimes it might find the opposition. It's Mustafi. You got to play the lottery sometimes when he's on the ball. But one thing I will say is he's very comfortable in that system. And that's a lot of the reason why I think him and Luis are doing well, because both of them are very, very comfortable ball-playing defenders. I'm very keen to see what Mari adds to our team. I know apparently Arteta's very impressed with his attitude. I think the one thing that you guys need to remember with Mari is that he was effectively in pre-season. So he's not quite up to scratch. He also had a little bit of a niggling injury when he joined the club. So he's not quite ready yet. I still have high hopes for him. I still think he'll be a decent player when he comes on board. But yes, that's the reason I've decided to stick with these two. But ain't it nice that we actually have defenders in form? What's that about? And I think Mustafi against his former club, remember, he was at Everton for a hot minute. He might be motivated to really perform well against them. So let's see. I know people are praising Calvert-Lewin at the moment. Hopefully Mustafi doesn't reward him with some sort of goal or get worked. But hopefully these two should be able to deal with it, he says. Last famous last words on those two. I'm going to bring Kolasinac into the side. He's been fit for a while. He's a left back. Play him at left back. So yeah, I have no problem playing him here. And it'll be interesting to see if Kolasinac, because obviously we've experienced some really good defending and obviously clean sheets. So it wouldn't surprise me if Arteta says, no, Saka, stay there. But actually, for me, I've gone with Kolasinac there because he's a defender. And I actually want to see Saka a little bit further up. So I'm going to go with Kolasinac there, and let's see what he does. He'll be determined to prove himself, that's for damn sure. I've gone with our best central midfield partnership. Simple as that. Xhaka, Lucas, Guendouzi at the moment, even I'm starting to struggle a little bit to defend him, but I must admit, I didn't think it was as bad as some of you guys were making out midweek. But I must admit, I'm more and more open to the idea of selling him in the summer. But right now, for me, this is our best central midfield pairing. I'd like to see Eze Niles have more than 5 added minutes injury time. It's all about taking a piss. So yeah, hopefully he can get some game time because I think he needs it. But other than that, I'm happy with those two. Now, obviously, the omission in this team is Ceballos. Nothing against him. He's played the last couple of games, done reasonably well. I've just decided to sit him out because I prefer to use him on Thursday. It's really as simple as that. There's no other hidden agenda other than that. I just want to use him on Thursday. I want to keep him as fresh as possible. I know that Mesut, I don't believe, I've not been on Twitter, guys, so fill me in. I don't believe he's had his kid yet. We're playing at home. He's pretty near his London home. It shouldn't necessarily be a lot of the reason why he's not playing. Plus, I could see him doing well in a game like this at home. You know, people buzzing, players around it buzzing. I could see him doing a couple of things here. So that's why I've gone with that. So yeah, I see people saying Ceballos over Ozil, no problem. I can see what you're saying. Hello, Kerry. I hope you're well. I hope you're well, chat room. Let's keep going. So I've gone with Mesut Ozil. I've obviously gone with Nicolas Pepe because I think, much like Lee said the other day, it seems like Pepe has this habit of every time he plays well, he gets dropped. Like they dropped him midweek. I was just like, why would you drop him? And then why would you drop him and not even play at least a Reece Nelson? You know, like they were doing earlier in the season. At least you could drop him winger for winger. But they're dropping him and then trying to make Aubameyang play there. It's just the thought process sometimes of our managers. I say managers because we seem to have a habit of getting these managers that seem to just do this for whatever reason. But all right, whatever. I hope Pepe's up and running for the weekend. So he was in good form. I think he's been in good form and continue that good form. I think Bukayo Saka, obviously there's a bit of a cloud at the moment with his contract talks. I'm still confident he will sign it. A little bit less so, I must admit, because as it drags, you do start to doubt yourself. I still think he will sign it. And I just want to see him play with full confidence going forward. My man's got 8 assists. He's on a roll. And I think let's see the kid blossom and play. There's nothing better as a football fan when you see one of your own doing well. And I don't mean black, I don't mean Nigerian, I don't even mean British, but someone who's come through the academy and is doing well. You can imagine someone like Gunnar Michael is smiling from ear to ear whenever he thinks about Saka. It's a little private joke, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say that. But yeah, Saka on the left-hand side. Up top, I'm going Aubameyang. Surprise, surprise, in Aubameyang's actual position. Because I'm sick of shoehorning him on the left-hand side to accommodate a misfiring Lacazette. Plus, this just looks like much more of a balanced side. Well, even you guys must admit, and I know a lot of you disagree and would put Ceballos here. Even this side, right, is a much more balanced side without a Lacazette. And listen, I like Lacazette. I like Lacazette more than most. I know he's getting trashed at the moment, but I like Lacazette more than most. But he doesn't belong in the side, not in the starting lineup. Doesn't. Obviously, the other major omission that I've made is Martinelli. I like Martinelli. I think this is where you step in, you protect him a little bit. I personally think Martinelli is a striker, and I don't want to really see him do anything else. So I think until we can play him there again, let's just chill off this Martinelli shoehorning him in on the right-hand side or on the left-hand side. I think he's a striker. So yeah, to me, it's an interesting conundrums that we do have, but that would be the side that I picked to go and beat Everton. I do think this will be a difficult game. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. I do think we'll win, purely on the basis that I think our record is a pretty good record at the Emirates against Everton. But I do think Carlo will make it difficult. I still believe Carlo's the one that got away, but I'm going to stop banging on about that because now we are on course for 3 points. I'm happy. You guys let me know what you think. Please do leave it in the comments below. I'm not going to have a lot of time to chit chat with you today. I'm going to make it up to you guys tomorrow. But please do, in the meantime, do help me. Stick a like on this video. Me and Lee will be back tomorrow on this channel doing what we do, reviewing player ratings. I'll also be on this channel doing watch along. So make sure you subscribe to him if you haven't already. I'm also going to be back in 10 minutes. Not on this channel though. So a lot of the reason that I'm hurrying is that I'm going to be on my boxing channel, my Chicken Ola channel, which is in the link is in the description below, where me and Kenny Ken will be talking Fury versus Wilder. And we'll probably break it down, give our predictions, give our final say, and then sit back and wait for the fight. So if you want to join us for that, please go subscribe on that channel. Got 55 subscribers now, so that's great. Let's continue those numbers going. That's pretty much it from me now. So yeah, until tomorrow, up the Arsenal, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Peace.